Hello! Welcome back to more Celeste, but this time a bit different. It's still me, frozenflygone, but this time I'm the one controlling Madeline, and I'm here with Comet, who's going to be commentating. Hey, Comet, what's up?
Hi, I'm back. I
Nice.
get to chill out now after that after my run.
Yeah, exactly. I think you got the better setup. You got to do your run, chill. Now we just get to, spam the correct emotes in chat. Comet will help you all know what to spam in chat for all the checkpoints. So.
Yes.
Very important. So before we get started, I'll talk a little bit about what custom maps are and how to play them. So this is a custom map called Glyph by Marshall H, an incredible creator and composer. And so I'm going to be doing any percent, which is the main Glyph pack. Took me about 3 to 4 hours my first time. Now we're going to be doing it in probably like 15 to 20 minutes. And so you can download and play mods with a program called Everest. It's super accessible. Highly recommend it if you have a PC copy of Celeste. And I believe we have 2 donation incentives for this that I want some updates on. So play as Cat Madeline and our file name. Our wonderful host wants to let me know status on those.
So we are going to be playing as Catgirl Madeline.
Let's go.
And it looks like, just making sure, yep, it looks like the file name is going to be trans rights.
I'd love to see it. Madeline is canonically trans, so I'm sure she would love this file name. Are we ready to get started? So we will heckin' do this. Comet, you wanna count me in?
Yeah, sure. Go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's do this. Am I not a cat? Oh, I am a cat. There we go. The tail just comes out later. I was like, wait, where's the tail? No, we're good. So this is a mod called Catalin, and it is we joke that it's a required dependency for mod runs just because it's so cute. So
Yeah,
here we have the first checkpoint where we're just like climbing up this mountain thing.
I'd say it's more of a tower, but okay.
Yeah, you're right. Good point.
Yeah, but the thing about Catalan is that it's one of the few mods that are actually allowed in runs where it can still be submitted and accepted on the leaderboard.
Yeah, so if this like somehow PB is, it's totally valid, which is super cool. There is also a mod called Pridalin that lets you change Madeline. Oh my gosh, change Madeline's. I guess I'm gonna just do this normal way. Color to be different pride flags, which is really cool as well. So what checkpoint are we in, Comet? What should everyone spam in the chat?
Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna give like what's really going on is you're sort of going through the seasons, the 4 seasons here, and this would be spring, but calling it spring's not fun. This is pink. We call it pink. You might be able to tell why. It's a little subtle, but everything is pink. Frozen did mention that there are emotes to put in chat for each section, but this one actually doesn't have one. We don't have one. You can just say pink if you feel like it.
You can just say pink. Yeah, that's true.
But just know that this is pink.
Yeah. So spring kind of starts off pretty chill, just kind of getting the vibe and theme of this map. A lot of moving obstacles. We got double dash crystals that we saw in Farewell. And
Coolest.
It's gonna progress as we go along. There's a pretty cool strat here where I'm gonna try and line up. Oh, well, it's not far enough off the block. Oh, okay. You can line up and do like a little wall bounce around here and skip all the coins. I'm gonna try for it a few times because it's cool, but it's a little tough to line up. Frick.
Yeah,
Right,
like you can't be like all the way off the block, but you can't be like all the way on it either. So it's a little weird, but
And then you have to like, you can't do a neutral wall bounce. You have to like wrap around it. That's a little finicky.
yeah. But yeah, that was pink. Hope you enjoyed the pink because now we're in summer. You can tell because it's hot.
It's hot now.
And we call this heat.
This is heat.
And it is characterized by its signature catchphrase. Yep, this is heat.
Yep. So you can join us with, yep, this is heat.
And I'm seeing some fire emojis.
Yeah, that's good.
But you can also there are a few emojis. You can also use hot face, the one that I just put in.
Face is good too.
if you really want to, you can do the hot pepper. Just any way to convey heat. Because
There we go.
this is heat.
That's a pretty cool strat. You skip getting the double dash crystal and go into the portal early. So yeah, now we're thinking with portals. So this was the transition from Caroline into Celeste with portals. So there's some really cool strats we can do, such as this one, skip an entire section by just going through that corner, which I really like. Oh, I did not get on top of the block there.
It's a very important strat at the end of this room. I want to make that clear.
Yes, this is probably my favorite strat in the any percent pack.
We call it
Squish.
the squish.
Squish. You just
Yes.
You're essentially doing like a demo dash on the block, but you don't dash. You just kind of squish, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, that works just like how a demo does, except you don't need to dash because the block is at the perfect height where if you just crouch on top of it, you just go straight through.
It's awesome. It's a great strat. Speaking of demo dashes, we have one here, so gonna skip a large portion of this room. There we go.
Yeah, that demo is pretty lenient, so which makes it viable.
The demo's nice.
And it saves a ton of time.
Mm-hmm. You otherwise have to go through this like big dash puzzle maze.
Yeah.
The creator of this map didn't know demos existed when he made it, which was really great for us. And he's a good sport about it.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
We've got $100 from Daniel T. Let's get this Hades puppy petting party started right. Best wishes to all the runners. Thanks so much to all of the organizers, and all my love to everyone donating, participating, and watching. Less than 3. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Pet the 3-headed pups at the party in Tartarus.
Yes, please. Oh, we also have some cool respawns. So you saw me at the beginning of this room. When I entered this room, I took a death, and that was on purpose because it gets me up to a closer spawn point, which is really nice. This room's pretty difficult. Yeah,
there are a few times like that where you can just die as soon as you enter a room or after entering a portal, and it just teleports you closer to where you needed to be before.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
It's really helpful, especially we'll see one in the winter section. Stamina can be a pretty big issue here. We didn't talk about it yet, but you can't neutral jump in this map.
Yeah.
And that makes it hard to recover a lot of strats if you somehow end up somewhere without stamina. So that's what has happened to me a few times there. But we're getting out of this room. Yeah. Heat is probably the hardest part of the run for me. It has a lot of longer rooms, a lot of areas of precision. But luckily, this is the last room of Heat. So here we go.
Yep. And now, so we're getting into our next season, which, of course, if it's basic kindergarten type stuff. If you know your seasons, you know that after summer comes winter. And this one, the emoji we use is, I see you're already in chat. People know their Glyph, their seasons.
Everyone knows their Glyph lore. Let's go.
Is the cold face emoji with the icicles going down.
Very important.
We don't have any catchphrase or a word. It's literally just the cold face emoji.
Yeah, that's it. So this is like the climb segment of the run. It has some pretty cool strats in it. So like what I'm doing here is instead of taking all these fall blocks, I'm trying to do an extended reverse to kind of go under it like that. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta really make sure you're jumping the right amount.
Mm-hmm. So winter has a lot of these rooms where it's like you have to grab and make these things fall, and then there's going to be a few rooms where we don't grab and don't make things fall, and it's a cool segment.
Yeah, it really utilizes the falling blocks that are fullest.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cool gap in the spikes here. It doesn't really look like it, but Frozen's going to be trying to grab that side, the right side of this wall, which is a little faster than going up and around.
Coffee spot. There's a funny strat in this room too.
Yeah.
There's no ceiling to this room. We're going to use that to our advantage.
There's no ceiling to a lot of the rooms. It's just that this one, it's useful.
Yeah, this one's actually helpful. A lot of times you don't think about needing a ceiling in a Celeste map, but there it maybe needed one. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, and here's an example of where you don't want to grab, because if you grab that block, then it will fall down and you won't be able to leave the room.
Yeah, this kind of starts the like grabbing only when necessary segment. It's kind of interesting. Gonna do a fun ultra here. And also the music here is absolutely cranking. I love it.
Yeah, there's this cool part here where you have to make your way up this wall, but you can't grab that. You can't grab that wall on the left at all because it will fall. And you need that to go underneath.
Yep, I think that room is just, like really, really cool.
Yeah, the up and down. Not a similar concept here, except you're going down instead of up first, and you go back up with these auto-scroller blocks. And this is the last room of Cold Face Emoji, which we get into the season that everybody knows comes right after winter, which is fall. And you'll see why in a second, but we call this wheat. Because the grass looks a lot like wheat.
Wheat is a great checkpoint.
You know, Twitch chat continues to impress me. They already know the emoji. There is no such thing as an actual wheat emoji, so we just use the ear of rice emoji.
Yeah, ear of rice is close enough for our purposes.
It's close enough.
Oh, there we go. That strat's pretty precise.
Yeah, that skips the whole right side of the room.
Yeah. I've been overhauling my strats, and there's some really tough ones. I typically play full game. Like my favorite category in this is like all A-sides and all chapters. But the any percent IL has been like incredibly optimized. It's really impressive. There's a lot of silly demos I don't go for. I love that one. That's a fun little room.
Diagonal through.
These are like reskinned crumble blocks essentially, and they crumble faster, than vanilla crumble blocks. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, if you try and do a hyper on them, you can't extend your dash at all. They disappear too fast.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. This room I'm going to utilize the portal. Typically you have to use these springs, but the crumble block will come back, so I kind of scoot into the portal and then do an extended wave dash to the right, and it allows me to skip it. I think that's a pretty cool strat.
Yeah.
Stood again in the portal. This room is really interesting. So it's using the concept of like these blocks actually will like take away your momentum if you take too long. So you kind of have to like go immediately after you go through it.
Yeah, and you can skip a few dash crystals in that room too.
Yeah.
This room is cool. You got to take all 3 of these auto scroller blocks up at the same time.
I really like this room. This is like a cool escort mission.
Yeah, and you got to break away the block, or else the auto scroller block will break on it.
Yeah.
All right, and now we have, everybody knows that that on planet Earth, we have 5 seasons in the year. This one being Void.
Everyone loves the Void season.
We don't have an emoji or phrase really for this, but I guess it is Void, and there's nothing in the Void, so there's no emoji.
There's nothing. This section is really cool. It utilizes these like, there's a lot of zip blocks, there's a lot of waterfalls on these blocks and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I suppose it is raining. You can do the lightning cloud emoji.
Yeah, I like the lightning cloud emoji. That's probably a good one. Oh my gosh. I barely grabbed the side of that. This section's really fun casually, and it's definitely a cool section in the speedrun, but it's kind of similar to like the end of Farewell, where it's like a lot of rooms are really long, and so it can be pretty punishing to die in any of these rooms. So it's definitely a segment I've practiced a lot.
Wait, there's one with lightning and rain? My mind is blown.
We are discovering new things on this day. Thank you,
New
Trisha.
emojis.
And then I just went too fast. That's a cool strat. Utilizes the transition. Oh my gosh. Hello, momentum. So now we get into the section where lightning chases you in all 4 directions.
Yeah, did you know that lightning can move in all 4 directions?
Pretty amazing, honestly.
They don't teach you that in school.
You learn that here. Power of Pride. All right, getting through that screen first try is super, super nice.
Yeah, these screens are pretty hard.
Yeah. Got this diagonal lightning, which is like meant to be disorienting with the rain. It's a really cool effect, I think.
Yeah. What's up, lightning?
Not much. What's up, lightning, with you? Taking another death warp here to get back down to this segment. This is probably the hardest room in the run for me. It's extremely long. There's a lot of things that have to go right. A ton of optimization. It's just like, do the thing. Didn't get my dash back there and I wanted it, so had to do backup. A little scary. Okay, but we're through. Nice.
First try easy for frozenflygone.
Yeah, that was scary because I didn't get my dash back at the first zip, but I've got a good backup for it, luckily. This screen is very like last screen of farewell moment. It's really long.
Yeah, when the piano comes in this song too.
Yeah, it's so cool. The effect in this is amazing. Then we just ultra a lot. And we're back at our friend, the tower.
It's like we went in a circle. What was the point of playing this level the whole time?
Well, we couldn't get to the heart before.
I guess that's true. You still can't get to the heart.
Spoilers.
Oh no.
And there's like a slowdown effect, which actually makes this tower more difficult than it needs to be because you can't neutral. And time is coming up in about 5 more seconds because we have to sit here.
Yeah, this whole slowdown part where you dash towards the heart is like 10 seconds long.
You're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a good time, and then 10 more seconds, and there's actually time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really, really cool map. It's one of my favorites. Like, I think it's just absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend playing it for yourself. There's a lot more than just what I showed here in any percent. There's also the, I'll close this and you'll see there are the 5 season sides that come after it. So you go through the forest, you go through, spring, summer, winter. I'm trying so hard to say the season names and not the emoji names. Fall, void, and there's also the void B-side that was recently released. And there's a lot of berries and secrets in the main Glyph pack. So I cannot recommend this enough. Also, if you want to get into Celeste modding, there's a ton of resources for that. There's a big collab going on right now that's going to be releasing in a few months if you want to play some cool custom content. And if you liked this run, I'm going to be running Glyph at SGDQ with comment on commentary as well. So you'll get to see us again if you had fun here.
It's actually pink heat cold face emoji wheat lightning cloud.
And now lightning thunder cloud. Yeah, nice. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much to Power of Pride for having this run, having the whole Celeste block with Caroline and Trending and this. Stay tuned for the rest of the marathon, and thank you to everyone who's been donating. And I'm excited to see the rest of the weekend. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, that was awesome.